Yeah. Yo, welcome to the talk, it's the MFL vibe. James on the mic, come along for the ride. We breaking it down, every match, every play. Strategies unfold as we flow today. Got Kevin Bryan in the cut, bringing heat. Tactical insight, yeah, they can't be beat. Analyzing formation, schemes on the board. Every goal scored, it's like a tactical sword. MFL, we're ready for war. Trophies on the table, always wanting more. Bob and Sid got that silverware shine, while we discuss the squad's ready to climb. This week we're joined by Mr. Laird. Competitive spirit, man, he's fully prepared. And don't forget NepentheZ, the GOAT, you know. In the FIFA scene, he's stealing the show. In the studio's heat, it's the ultimate clash. Analyzing every moment with style and panache. James keeps it lively, bringing the hype with Kevin Bryan. Finessing it tight, we dive into strategies, depth charts and plays. Every discussion leaving you amazed. Information dropping like it's hot off the grill. MFL talk, got that adrenaline thrill. MFL, we're ready for war. Trophies on the table, always wanting more. Bob and Sid got that silverware shine, while we discuss the squad's ready to climb. This week we're joined by Mr. Laird. Competitive spirit, man, he's fully prepared. And don't forget NepentheZ, the GOAT, you know. In the FIFA scene, he's stealing the show. So strap in tight, it's a wild ride. MFL's the name, we bring the pride. From tactics to talent, we cover it all. With insights and analysis, we stand tall. Watch us break down every goal, every save. Insightful commentary that'll make you rave. So tune in, sit back and enjoy the scene. This talk show's lit, know what I mean? So follow along as we take you through MFL talk, bringing something brand new. With James, Kev, Bryan, Bob and Sid. Get ready to clash that competitive bid. Every week we're here, don't miss the flow. MFL's the one we ready to show.
Hello and welcome into the good, the bad, and the ugly here on MFL with Laird. That song is an absolute banger. It is so good. Hamez, well done on that one.
Yeah, you know, that's why I spend most of my week on, is getting the song ready for the next week. So,
that was so good. I apologize for not having a full video there, but I was just like, I couldn't make it. The number of ideas that went through my head for a video while I was listening to that, and I was like, I need 10 years to like actually get something that for video that matches the quality of that song. So, but I hope everybody liked it. I'm here. Hamez is here. Sid, Kev, and the ugly, self-proclaimed gentlemen. First off, to I guess Hamez, Sid, and Kev, who are normally here for the good, bad, the ugly. Thank you very much for letting me host you guys, because it feels like MFL royalty. And sorry, Nep, that I didn't include you in that. But the guy who actually got me into MFL. But yeah, thanks for having me. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Hamez, and I'm probably not going to say anything for the rest of the show.
No, you never know. We'll get you involved at some point, you know. That's why I like those two might be in the diamond division, but the rest of us, you know, where the fun really is. You know, we're down the spark, the ice, the stone.
Diamond division is massively overrated. I've been there on that.
Yeah,
not exciting at all.
There's a reason why Sid's not doing diamond anymore anyway, but we'll get to that later as well. But yeah, we'll just how have you all been since like the first week of games has been going on?
Thank you to Laird to be here, host us, and Nep for being on the show. And Hamez, man, I think we got to rebrand our Discord from 6 tacticians and an analyst to 6 tacticians and a musician now. It's just taking it to another notch. Every single week, the bar is just going up. Amazing job on that intro. Yeah, I mean, doing great. MFL-wise, doing okay. Plenty of things to talk and complain about. And you mentioned Diamond. I think Nep was there prior to us being in Diamond. Prior to Sid, Bob, Kev, and Bryan, Nep was in Diamond, so he's our predecessor when it comes to that. A lot of things to talk about. Excited to be on the show. Kev?
Yeah, same. Well, it's funny, I'm the only Diamond manager here, and I don't even own the club, so It's a bit mad, but yeah, a lot of changes this week, obviously, with some new other Diamond managers coming in. Bishoni Milano changing today as well. So, yeah, all good. Loads going on.
I want to welcome everyone in. Andrew, first in. Appreciate hitting the like button. SR Monkey, Dobbsy, what's up? Bob Flynn watching from somewhere else. I don't know why he's not here. Toby, what's up? Ron John, MFL Samurai, SR Burrow. Dan, good to see you. Ricky, Toby, SLD, LRD, which, Nep, how you feeling about Sunday?
Yeah, I've got an important cup game with Pax Glory on Sunday, so it's getting tense, but hopefully we can come through. Yeah,
that's definitely what we're referring to. Toby said stone through flint is where it's at. So I was going to make the joke about Diamond that Nep crawled so everybody else could walk. But why is everyone quitting Diamond? What the hell?
Listen, I'll tell you my experience. When I first signed up to MFL, I loved the idea of like the rags to riches, right? Starting at the bottom, like just building these players, like, you know, running it like a proper club, trying to get up to Diamond. When I bought that club in, you know, the level below, and accidentally got promoted to Diamond, because it genuinely was an accident. Like, I had people offering me double what I paid for the club to just take it straight back off me and stuff. I didn't realize how much of a boys' club it is in Diamond, and it's not a fun experience whatsoever. And it's like, not to put a downer on the show initially, right? But it's a horrible, horrible look for MFL that you cannot get to Diamond unless you're part of either like some kind of like, you know, conglomerate of people, or you just throw ridiculous money at it. And I think it really like harms the purpose of the football pyramid and trying to promote yourself up through skill, through talent, through grind. And like, as soon as I bought the Diamond Club and heard about all these kind of different DAOs and such, I was just like, this isn't for me. This isn't where I want to be. I literally want to be down in the depths, like running a club properly. I don't want to be these 115 charges NepentheZ. And so the Diamond Heist kind of died quicker than it lived.
Yeah, I mean, saying you crawled so they could walk was a bit harsh. I'm not sure the Diamond Heist crawled along that season.
What would you say?
I mean, I think they bled out. But I think
we did score one goal, didn't we? I think there was one or two scored in the whole season, which was pretty cool, to be fair.
I mean, you never got 30-0, so I mean, you did better than Kareem Hayes did, I think.
There you go.
So,
is there still always like one or two teams now that just like chuck? I haven't followed Diamond League like last couple of seasons, so I'm not quite sure how it's going up
Not
there
anymore. No, it's really competitive this season.
Yeah,
last season wasn't one, right?
Yeah, last wasn't. There's one team in there which is kind of semi-plat team, but other than that, the 11 teams are just stacked. I mean, from a ratings perspective, they're really close. I would say the top 3 or 4 is slightly better than the rest, but the others are very close in terms of how the power curve is.
And is that because we're hitting like critical mass for a number of cards in the game now?
Yeah.
And these clubs are going to have massive transitions over the next few seasons. Is there a lot of like red, orange, and yellow retirees coming?
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome, isn't it? I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah, especially in the ultimates, right? 95 plus cards. There are a lot of oranges and reds. I think the next couple of seasons could really define who could stay there long term. Plenty of big agencies have been like hit quite hard over the last couple of windows. So we are definitely in the a period of like the beginning of transition. It hasn't gone through fully yet, but the likes of Big Will, who's been there like since the dawn of time, he's going to be struggling quite a bit over the next season or two.
Interesting. He should have adopted the tactic of spamming 600 MFL packs and just letting those guys flourish. You know, he might have the odd sort of like 90 rated card on his hand by now, mightn't he?
How many could he gets 3 million MFL a season? How many 600? He could open 5,000 packs a season.
Yeah, so on the math, what would that be? That'd be 10 legendary players per season.
Yeah.
Like on growth, on average. I don't know why he's not doing it. That's the plan. That's the play.
It might take him the entire season just to open that many packs.
Probably would, yeah.
Might not be a dev center big enough to hold those as well, right? That's the second challenge. I mean, how does he fit in 5,000 players?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the dev center existed. When I first joined, the dev center seemed like the most ridiculous thing ever, because I'm like, why would I lock a player up for 4 years that might grow and then I can't use them? Then I started opening too many packs, and now I've got 300 players that don't have a club. And I'm like, what if one of these guys is the guy and they're not getting any XP? The dev center's perfect for them, but they're all too old now, so I'll just let them retire.
Do you think they should add something that when a player retires, they or reveal what their max overall would have been?
Yep. I'd love to have known. Did I do their career correctly or not? Yeah. Or did I sell at the right time when I sold a player, or did I buy at the right time when I bought? Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Like looking at an ex-girlfriend on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be tragic if you've got like a 52 rated and it says like 99.
96, yeah.
Yeah, you sold it for like $1 just to try and get a little extra. It would be tragic, but like again, like what I think that offers the opportunity for in a positive for MFL is to show people that might be scared of getting in at this low end, hey, this is what can happen. Like this guy sold his 47 rated 22-year-old striker for $1, and he went on to be the best player in the game. Like, don't be that guy. Like, play your game. But because it's the unknown, and I like the unknown in their careers, but because it is the unknown at the end of their careers, it's just like, well, who knows? Who knows what it could have been?
Yeah. Well, did Ron John not have one that he bought for $1 that
He did,
is now like, that went from 46 when he bought it for $1 is now like 96. So
Wow.
I believe the center. Yeah.
There is ones that have done that before, which is a bit mental. Like Palmer's hoping that his right back becomes one because he was 44 and he's now 66 in a season and a half. So
That's insane.
It's got loads of progression monsters. Sid.
Yeah, Quan was $1. Ryan said, I've heard people can reverse engineer the potential system if they reveal in the end, but I'm not smart enough to comprehend all of that.
I don't think you can because it's random, isn't it?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, even the progression path, the cage, the kind of like everything is so random. I mean, you might be able to give yourself a general understanding of where they could go, but I don't think you'd ever know. I think it's like experience on the game is good enough anyway to get a general understanding of is this player going to go or not based on like matches played, seasons since born, and kind of match rating and current growth. Although it's not an exact example, the numbers get a lot easier to predict the earlier or the later they get on into their career, to the point where you'll know if you had a 20-year-old that's gone from like, I don't know, 60 to 63 by the time he's 30, A, he's probably not going to become a 90 rated player. But B, even if he did, that's going to be into the twilight years where you're not going to really be able to extract value out of him anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I believe there's no real pattern that you can predict, or there's no model really, right? I mean, the only thing that you can pick up on is some like leading indicators where you see for a couple of seasons or 3 seasons where there's steady progression, and you probably end up gambling on that player. But again, I've seen instances where there is a plus 20 over 3 seasons and it's a complete flat line up until they get closer to the retirement where the other 15 or 20% kick in. So even if they reveal the potential, I really doubt if you'd be able to correlate and map it out in a way saying, hey, every 21-year-old 63 rated player who has a +6 is going to end up as a 90. I really doubt if we can come up with some kind of a model to replicate that.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I feel like if it was easy, not that it's easy, but if it was doable, somebody would have done it by now.
Yeah, you'd already have enough data, I'm sure, to kind of been able to at least create some kind of average path that you could expect a player to take based on their first seasons. But I've had some players like, and here's the thing that I always forget actually, like it's unexpected that a player will get any growth until they're 19 or 20 years old. So when I get a 16-year-old and they don't progress for like 3 seasons, I'm like, oh, I've got a dud. And it's like, actually, they're on a 0% chance of any growth anyway. Like not 0, but it's like close to. So yeah, I think it's yes, it's impossible. It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know. I've had some players that are 19, 20, 21 that have had some terrible seasons, and then out of nowhere have gained like 6 or 7 in a season, and then just gone back to having terrible seasons again. And it's like you absolutely can't create something that would plan for that. It's impossible.
Do you see a correlation between players who perform well in the game, like let's just say goals and assists and progression? Like, do you ever look?
No, I don't think it. I know that the XP numbers change, but I think there's enough XP per season, especially if you overplay them, which I think a lot of people generally do. I think there's enough XP in their career to get the maximum XP, or at least in that 90% range, to the point where it wouldn't make much of a difference.
No, I don't even mean it like that. I meant like when you have a player who is either playing really well, I feel like it goes the opposite. Like I know the players who have progressed really well in my agency, but I couldn't tell you like if their match rating is good or not, or if they have a lot of goals. And the other side, I'll have players that will score 10 goals in 5 games and don't move any. And I'm just like, but he's playing so well. Come on. What do you mean? Like I have one guy who has led, I think he's won like a playmaker 3 or 4 times. And he's this 64 rated cam that I have, who at 19 went from 63 to 64, and he's 29 now and he's still 64. But he plays really well. And so I'm like, I guess I would rather play well, but
here's the question, right? Especially if you do play at the lower levels. At the upper level, you obviously want as much growth as you can to either sell the players on or for them to help you win more MFL. There's such large margins down at the bottom. Like the MFL discrepancy between even like first and sixth isn't like huge. Like, and even if it is huge, it's 1 extra pack or whatever. The question is do you want somebody to, like, let's say you've got a club full of around 60 rated players and you sit tidily in like mid to low ice, and then you've got one guy that goes off to like 70, 72, 75. You're left with such a conundrum with that player, because like to sell him, you're not going to get like crazy money for like a 72 to 75, but to keep him, you're harming him because you're not getting as much growth out of him, as much progression as you can. And he's like a star in a team where it's not good enough to level you up. It's not his one player at that level is not going to get you promoted. And even if he does level you up 1 or 2 positions in the league, it's not really worth anything. So do you want someone to pop off like that as an anomaly, or would you rather them just stay at 64 and you just know what you're getting every season?
See, to me, it depends how not connected, I suppose the right word, but depends how involved in Discord you are. Because I have one of the guys that my best striker went from 80 to 83 last year, and he's too good. Like his progression, I didn't want him to go in my iron squad where 83 is the highest, because he could soon become maybe too high. I've loan swapped him with Bob. It sent him to Bob, and Bob has like sent me someone lower rated that can fit in. But if you're not connected with people, it could be quite difficult, because like arranging loan swaps not on Discord could be quite difficult.
And you see the odd 95 rated right mid who's playing in Iron, who has been playing in Iron for 3 seasons straight now. So yeah, definitely helps in being connected to the people. And yeah, it depends on the long-term like vision for your club, I guess, right? I mean, if you want to push it up, get it promoted as high as possible to a gold or plat level, then it might be worth the risk holding on to one such player, then maybe loaning in 2 to 3 heavyweights and then push for promotion. But if you're focused on just redistributing the strength, probably loan him out, see if he keeps progressing, and probably trade him for 3 to 4 or even 5 good pieces coming the other way around.
Yeah, I think to answer Nep's question, I would either loan that player out to a higher level or just cash in, you know. But I like Laird's question as well about the performances to progression. So usually for me is the finished article that'll play well. So they've almost finished their progression at that point. But I know what you're saying. Like you'll notice it maybe in Flint, Spark, Ice, those lower levels, if they're low rated, quite young, that sometimes does correlate to progression. Like I've got a guy in Iron, I packed him at 75. He's a right winger, and he had nice base pace and passing. That's now shot up to an 82 overall rating, and he's got 92 pace and 92 passing. Funnily enough, Dio offered me $175 when I packed him, so I thought to myself, well, you know something that I don't, you know? So yeah, he's flying. So, and he does get match ratings, loads of goals, loads of assists. So sometimes, I think to answer your question, sometimes would be the answer, but generally, more often than not, it's already the finished article. They've done their progression.
Yeah.
Well, Nev, you had a guy you had Cornelius, was not Cornelius. Which one went from that you recently sold? Yeah, Colombo.
Yeah, he went from like a 43 to an 84. I sold him for $200. He was at an 85 last I checked, but I think he's like 31 now, and he's
99 now. I know you don't.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But he was massive for my enjoyment in MFL, because seeing him go up, like 6, 8 every season, even on tier breaks, he just went from 64 to 65 in like 4 games, and I'm like, okay, now I know he's a goer, right? Otherwise he would just sit there for like a season and a half or something. And when he turned to 30, and I was offered like 150 for him, and I thought, it's not a bad price, but he means too much to me to sell him for that. And so I was like offered, basically, if he's not hitting retirement age rollover, then he'll pay 180. And I was like, no, I'm still not taking it. So I was like, fine, I'll give you 200. So I took the 200 for it. And to see him then go legendary was a bit painful, because I would have liked to have been the manager to have taken legendary. But the way my agency is now, I don't have, I have a really weird spot. I don't have place for sort of like any rare cards. Like, I've got a silver team, but I want to get relegated because I shouldn't have been promoted. My team was not good enough to get promoted. I went through and won all 3 stages from like the 3rd place playoff, and I finished 3rd place by the skin of my teeth. And then when it came to buying players, because I needed, what was the rating, like 78 rated. And this is why I think, would you be happy with a 75 rated or a 74 rated in a team full of like 60 rated? Because I'm able to get 78 rated, even up to 80 rated for like $2, right? Okay, they might only have 1 or 2 years left, but I'm like, that's fascinating that you could effectively like recycle these sort of like 78 through 82 rated guys for $2 or $3 and hold them in bronze and make an insane amount of MFL and generate more revenue on the flip side from selling the packs for like $3 or $5 at the low end. And I was fascinated by how cheap they were. I know they're retiring, but I genuinely just couldn't believe how cheap they were. And so when I now look at Colombo, and he's 31, if he hits retirement next year and gets the yellow symbol of death, his value plummets to like $20. Even if it's a season later, like $200 for him is crazy work, because he's not getting more. Like, I've had him for like 12 seasons. He's not getting more, he's not getting more like value out of him. So I thought that was like, yeah, one of my better sales. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, I've got a great example of that as well. Guy called DQ Smooth in our Discord. You'll know him, Hamez and Sid. So he's typically in Flint, in Spark. We had this one goalkeeper that flew all the way up to 89 rated, and he didn't know what to do with him. So he gave him to the Ramble for 3 seasons. So we had him in the podcast team, and he helped get us all the way up to silver. So what he's done, second last season, he's got the retirement. Second last season, he's put him to plat for a hefty chunk, and he's going to take him into his team for the last season. So the 89 rated goalkeeper will be in Flint or something, for his final season. But it's a cool story because he gets to use him. It's the only time he'll have ever used the guy as well. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but it's like that Colombo's like the example of what you were saying about what do you do when it gets too good for like your teams? Do you sell them or do you loan them out? And if you can just if you can get a lot of Colombos, you'll be laughing.
Yeah, I've done a lot with loaning, especially like my top end players when those Disney dollars were coming in thick and fast, and I was opening pack after pack after pack. I got a lot of like decent players, and it's so competitive to loan them out. And I personally don't find value in loaning them opposed to using them if you've got a team in that sort of like that area. Even in like a lower team, like when you're only being offered 3 or 4% for a player from like a gold reward, especially if they have a good cup run, you're laughing. But if they have a bad cup run and you get like mid or low table league MFL, you're catching maybe like a couple of thousand MFL. And it's like, if I had him in my team, would I end up getting promoted instead in the division I'm in, which then not only gives me like a little bit more MFL for like, I don't know, maybe like an iron or a stone league win, but takes you up a division that you don't deserve to be in. So then you can throw and get free MFL on the way back down. And so I learned this from the Diamond Heist. I think the loan market, it is like massively unfavorable to the loanee and more favorable to the loaner.
100%. Yep, totally agree.
Yeah,
Shouldn't it be that way though? Like, it's not everybody can have a diamond club,
but not everybody can have my player that they want in their diamond club.
But there are there are probably other players like yours. There's only 11 other diamond clubs.
Although I think it does get to a point where that situation flips. Like if you get, say, 10% a plat, you know, that's worth it. The loanee benefits. If you're getting 2% a flint, yeah, that's not in your favor. You know what I mean? So there's perspective on that. It does depend. Like if you've got an 85 rated guy and you're away to get 10% in silver, you'd probably take that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a manager you trust, you think they're going to do well. They've built a nice team. But yeah, it's just perspective with it. Half of it's knowing the manager in the team that they'll build, I think, as well.
That's why I always find it funny when you look at the loan market for Flint and folk are wanting, like, they've set 2% as like their minimum. Like they've got all of this, and then like you're actually haggling over 28 MFL if I win the league.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, just put him on 0 and someone will take him.
Mm-hmm.
For the 20. Yeah, it's not worth the hassle of the 28 MFL to get me. And that's if I win the league. If I don't win the league, if I come mid-table, I'm getting 700. You're getting 2% of 700. It's not going to. You're looking at 14.
14
like,
MFL.
Yeah. Whereas, stick him in 0%, someone will use him, and you'll find out in a season if he's worth anything or not. But,
yeah, I think at that point you're just trying to identify if those players are ones who start moving early in their careers, right? If not, I mean, if there is no sign of them progressing, yeah, might as well just set it up at 0% and see if there is any interest. Again, the PK just varies. I'm just looking at Beckman here, who is minted at 26. In the Ice League, when he played his season 1, he scored just 2 goals. And he was sold off for like $75, which I think was right after that first steep ladder. So yeah, I mean, there could be hidden potential, and the only way for you to realize it is to loan it to a right team if you're not being able to apply it to your own setup. So maybe 1 to 2 seasons of holding on and risking a low risk or low revenue loan out is worth it in long.
What was he rated, Sid, when he sold for $75?
He was sold
roughly.
It was sold, I believe, December of 2025. So I'm assuming around the season 2 mark. So he was a 66 rated. So he had gotten plus 62 to 66, so plus 4 in one season.
That's Nep and Laird boom prices, that then, is it? $75 for a 62 rated.
Yeah, that's wild. What'd you do?
Nep? Mate, that's not me, mate. It's the Laird boom. I'm all over the place. I was selling some commons. Any teenager I got, especially 16 or 17, I was able to shift for like $20 or $30. It was crazy. And then any player that had if I got a left mid or right mid that had like really high pace, they would sell like quite well. And then any player that had an alternate position where there was like +3, +5, +7 in the alternate position, they would sell really well as well. and I end up like out of all, I spammed those 600 MFL packs, and I probably sold about like $400 worth of players that were just. I look at them now and I'm like, yeah, you done bad. Like I done good, you done bad. But now I've got 300 players in my agency that I can't even give away, like, or can't get onto a team. And it made me think about buying some more clubs just to farm MFL at the low tier. Like if I've got these players anyway, I don't need too much. Like if I've got, let's say, 10 or 15 clubs that are literally there for no other reason than these guys that cannot get a club anywhere else, I don't care where they finish. Those clubs can stay forever for the continuous circle and cycle of these like low tier players that I'll always never be able to find clubs for. And then what I found there, which surprised me massively, is that clubs now are becoming really hard to come by for a good price, because I guess more managers are buying more clubs, that the clubs are drying up, right? So I bought one club without that had its license still for like $65. I bought one club that was still fresh but had already been branded for like $56. But the cheapest licensed clubs now, even in Flint, are like $80. I'm like, that's a far cry from about 3 seasons ago when you could pick up any club for like $50. And I'm like, I should have kept buying more then, because I envisioned this happening in my videos and in my content. I talked about the fact that clubs will run out quicker than players so long as people keep buying more. And here we are in a world where the clubs are starting to become really hard to come by, and I don't have enough now for all the players that I've got.
Are you talking about just licenses?
Yeah, like you could buy clubs for $50-$55, right? But they've got history. Who cares? Like, I don't want somebody else's trash. Like I need a fresh club. But yeah, licenses are extremely rare and extremely hard to come by. For cheap, like for 80, you can get them for $80, but
yeah, that's because that's because everyone knows that the price of them have gone up, so they're selling them for more, regardless of location.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I tried to find a London club, and I think the cheapest one was like $800, and I was like,
well, yeah, there was a Flint license that recently sold for London for 180.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah,
180.
I think it's 180 for London as a license. So,
I
mean,
hope
that's
there's
crazy.
another room.
It's crazy, right? But it's great, isn't it? Because it's like it shows that MFL means something to people. Like the fact that somebody is willing to pay like over double the odds for a Flint League license just because of the city. That for me, that's what NFTs were for, right? This is what it's about. This is what Web3 gaming is about, like getting something that you care about that is transferable between one to another. And so I think it's great for the long-term future of MFL that's important to people.
yeah. Well, that's why it makes my $100 one look not too bad now. So it's like, at least I'm not like the only one that's paying triple figures for a Flint team. But it's like I still own all of the city, so it's like quite nice. I think I've got 6 of them now, and they're all mine. So yeah.
All in London?
No. All Canberra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like I own every single one that's available. The other ones are trial clubs, and dealing with folk with trial clubs now are, having done it myself, it's pretty painful to deal with. You can't accept bids on it.
Mm.
It's funny.
Like,
somebody reached out to me the other day that they found a club that they wanted that was a trial club, and they didn't know how to get it. And I was like, I actually don't know. And whether they expire, turns out that they don't expire yet, or none have expired, I think was the answer I got from MFL. And I'm like, well, when will they like, and I don't think they have a plan for it, but there are a number of trial clubs that I know people will buy that they're just dead. Like, can the original trialees like activate them now and then sell them?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they can.
Yeah, but there's an issue with them that, like, because I bought one for someone in Yorkshire's T's Discord because it's where he's from, and I was like, yeah, fine. Like, so he bought a common for $90 to cover the cost of, because I didn't want to put more money in, and then I listed the club for like 1,000 so he could offer for it, and it came up with like an error. You cannot like an error, please contact like support for like why this wouldn't happen. Went through MFL's one. Lucas had a look at it. Mathurin had a look at it, and Yaxall they were all like messaging me on the chat box, and they're all like, "We have no idea what the issue is. Like, it must be a Dapper issue because it's like an old thing that is now new, like an old trial club that's dead that's now new." I ended up having to do all the Flow stuff and drop it into his wallet through Flow. To actually like.
It was your trial club?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was like such an issue of, and then someone else in the Discord done the same thing of like, I've just bought the trial club and like for someone else and they can't get it. Like they won't accept a bid. So it's like such a like they don't know what the issue is with it. So it must be like a dapper thing about, because they are they're dead without being dead.
Right.
Yeah. Like they're revivable, but that must cause an issue for like NFTs or whatever.
Were they NFTs, the trial clubs? They must. Well, I don't know if
No,
they must have been.
they're not. They're not on the block. I think it might be because
right?
they're not on the blockchain, but they exist. So I think that's what like.
I don't even know what that means.
That's probably why it's an issue.
yeah, exactly.
It exists without existing. Like in the world, it doesn't exist, but in like we can see it. So it's like a ghost.
Yeah.
A ghost club.
I thought you were originally going to say you listed it for 1,000 and then somebody bought it for 1,000. I'd be like, hey, sweet.
Yes. Someone's like, oh, I want that club.
It was an English one, and I was like, being British, I was like, oh, when it popped up England, I'd be like, oh, I hope like it'll be somewhere I know. And then I looked at it and I was like, where is this? Googled it and had to zoom. Like I was like this on the map, zooming in, it pops up, and then zooming out to realize where am I? And it's like Western Supermare, and I'm like, where? I'm like, and then I left it because
I'm a professional GeoGuessr player, and I have no idea where this is.
And it's like I left it, and I was like, no one's gonna want that because who is from there? And then all of a sudden, I get a message going like, "Hey, I'm from there. Can't I get it?"
You zoom in. That's my house.
Yeah.
There's like three houses in the town only.
Yeah.
If one of them happens to play MFL, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
I'm just expecting Hamez to walk around Western Supermare with MFL cards now, just to onboard people and sell it for a fortune.
Well, that's the thing. If anyone from Canberra wants a Canberra license, they're available. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
We see now why you're buying all of these Canberra licenses. That is disgraceful.
They are a bit.
That is unbelievable. I hope they get locked to your account forever.
That's fine. I won't be selling them. If I stop playing, I won't be selling them. They'll be dead with me. So
Dan in chat saying he loves Western Supermare for a night out. There you go.
The only reason why I know Western Supermare is through Football Manager. When I used to do like challenges from like the Iceland Premier League or the Dr. Mines League and stuff, they were always one of the teams like in those lower leagues that I'd play against. Otherwise, I couldn't tell you a thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like and then I like, because it's always entertaining when I've opened club ones, because I got a Dutch one, and then it was Amsterfort or something, and I was like 3 letters away from Amsterdam, and I'm like, could you not have just given me Amsterdam? Like I know where that is, and then it's like I have to Google where is this place again, and I'm like, oh, some of the places you get are rogue.
They really are.
Yeah.
I've got Quang Ngai from Vietnam, so I don't know where that is.
It's not even one of the main. It's not even one of the main ones.
Is it not? I've absolutely named the team Red Zone, not because it's in Vietnam, but because it's just full of players that have got red calendars next to their name because they're about to retire. And then I saw the club name and like location. I was like, that could be misconstrued, but I'll keep it.
This one is
full of like players who are going to be retiring.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because like they're useless, right? Like they're so useless. But even if they finish bottom of the Flint League, it's like what 550 MFL. That's nearly like one extra pack. So this is what I mean about like these, like why I wanted to buy more clubs. because if I could just have 10 or 15 clubs, that'd be 10 or 15 packs a season I'm getting from players that otherwise would never be taken by anybody. Okay, there's a few oranges and yellows in there. I didn't quite have enough reds, but it's mostly reds. The starting 11 is reds. And then when they retire and these new guys are reds, the new set of retirees that start coming in, they go in there like as a replacement, because who the hell would give a damn about these players? And look at that. That striker there. He's played 4 games now, mind you, but he's on 83% fitness. Who the hell wants that? Nobody at all. I should probably rotate the players around, but yeah,
83% after 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games. Usually they're on like 95, 94% by now, but because he is old, like, you know, he's got one leg missing and he just struggles in general, he doesn't have much fitness now. It'll be interesting to see where they are in the league, because I haven't followed those. Like, I bought 2 clubs just to chuck my old guys into. The idea was to put everyone into. Oh yeah, like bottom. Oh, not even quite bottom. Look at that. So how much MFL is that? I think that's like 550, right? Or 600 for 11th.
That could be 600, yeah. That could be an actual... That's 600.
If you go to the league and click view more, yeah.
550.
Yeah,
575.
575.
The RX25 MFL.
Banging. How good is that? How good is that? What if in that pack is another Colombo, right? Or another Beckman? And then there's this player that like goes off, like it's... And then, like, here was my line of thinking, right? Let's say these guys have got a bit about them and they just never have played in the last 7 years because no one gives a damn about them. So they've never had any training or have never had any match XP. And they, in this one season, they just start leveling up crazy. And I get like mid-table with them and I pick up like 900 MFL. What a story that would be. Some of them have progressed a bit, to be fair. Well, not really. That's over a whole season, a whole career. That's pretty dead. But I guarantee you, in his, 10 years, he's probably played about 7 games. Oh, he's done all right.
No, he's a career.
There's a few in there that have got no games. He's mostly the goalkeepers, but yeah, he's done all right.
We should probably look at the guys who really haven't progressed.
The team
Look at that. +1 in 7 seasons. But he's solo rated. He's not in anyone's team ever, is he? Oh, I mean, again, he's had more of a career than I ever would have guessed.
I like how you were like, I'm going to give him a go, 21, and then he didn't do anything, and you just never played him again.
Yeah, 2 goals and 1 assist for a striker in 21 games. Like, come on now.
And Spark is a 40 rated. It's not bad.
It is bad, isn't it? It is bad. Like,
I mean, is it 31 shooting? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Surprising he scored 2 goals.
It's one of those interesting things about MFL, and I've spoken to like the MFL team about this before. About like I when I joined MFL, they like the idea of like creating rivalries, and so they have the kind of the hierarchy. So you get promoted and relegated into the same leagues that you was already in. I think personally, especially at Spark and Flint, that they should be rebalanced more, and that the top heavy Flint teams and Spark teams should be all put together, and the bottom heavy ones should be put together, because it's not fun getting in a league where like the top 3 teams are like average 74 rating and you're there with like a 40 rated team, and you're just like, this is terrible. But then the league literally next to you, their top 3 teams are averaging like 52, and you're like, yeah, I'll do a job in this league. Like, can I not just move across? So, but they weren't open to it. Never mind.
That's why I was sort of surprised they didn't bother with the staff league again, because I thought that was quite successful. I took part in it last season, and like I opened like 50 to 54s to have like a fresh base of players. I had one guy go from 54 to 60 to 63. Had another, like a few 54s go to 56, 57. But every game's competitive because no one has, like, the 2 or 3 top guys have 54 rated left mids who are 64 strikers. Like the top goal scorer list was all left mid and right mids who can play forwards. But like every game was competitive because everyone's ratings at the start were so even. No one had a massive like advantage, but I think they said that was only for the introduction of staff, which is a bit of a shame. But
yeah,
It's just like I don't know if like is capping Flint and like the way to go, because then Spark becomes sort of infested with the same issue that Flint then has.
Yeah, it becomes difficult, doesn't it, if you cap the upper levels at the lower leagues, because it also might deter anybody, even myself included, which I did with one of my teams, is to come in, get your license, get put into the lowest league, but buy your big stars and know that in 4 seasons' time you're going to be in like, Iron or whatever, and then you're told, oh, actually you can't use these players. Like, that would suck for that user. But in the meantime, in the 3 seasons that he would play, if he does do that, it really sucks for everyone below, because it just omits them from the possibility of promotion. And so off the back of that, like my experience with this game, off the back of that, I kind of prioritize cups in the lower leagues, because you got much higher chance of MFL payouts anyway, and they are balanced incredibly well. Apart from like, there's one guy who goes out of his way to build teams with like out of position players that are really, really high. And I did that about 5 seasons ago. My team was like 55 rated on average, but out of position, they were like 72 rated. And would you believe it, I got put in the same group as the guy that like has these out of position players. So we finished 1 and 2. I didn't win the league in the end. He won it, the cup in the end anyway. He won it. But I find the cups to be just a lot more enjoyable at that lower level. And I do wonder even if there's like an opportunity for, instead of the Flint division, because it's proving problematic in terms of filling it up. Like, I almost never get relegated out of my Spark teams because there's not enough teams to come up. I wonder if there's like cause for multiple cup runs for teams that are in the Flint division, or teams that don't want to be part of the Football League pyramid of like leagues, where if maybe cup runs would be better, because then you get a better experience as a football manager of evenly matched teams and players.
Yeah, that could, like what Ricky said of having a Flint league parallel with the pyramid could be the way they go. Because you would get folk that would buy a team and just every season just new players and new players and new players, and just see as an easy way for them to farm sort of the guys that grow really well without getting hammered in matches with the 4 and the 3 ratings. But
yeah, I like that as an idea. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's like, use your influence and start messaging Lucas and everything in the DMs, being like, "Yo, can we do this? I want to do this."
I've given them far too many things that I want in this game already. I'm sure they're sick of me at this point with how many things I've asked for.
Yeah, it's like Snake on the Discord, where it's just every day you go on the ideas feedback or the new ideas, and it's him going like day 57 of asking for this thing, day 58 of asking for this thing. Like,
it is a good discussion though. It's a good point as well. Like, I'm running 3 farm teams this season, and it's not fun when your 38 rateds are getting smashed by 70 rateds in Flint. You know,
yeah.
Now I know it's a progression team. I know I'm not going to win, but yeah, give me the odd draw, give me the odd win.
Does it feel that much different though, getting blasted by 73 rated player as opposed to a 53 rated player when your guys are 38? Like, can you tell the difference?
Yeah, you're right. It happens every game. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because we're by far the lowest ranked team. It's like a scrub farm basically that I'm running. So, but yeah, if there were staff leagues or something like Nep said, like I don't know, a banding or a cap or something in parallel to it, that would be phenomenal. Because then it would be more skill-based, more level, better for progression, better match ratings. So yeah, there's bound to be a solution for that, I think.
It would be a good balance as well for rewards, right? If there's no MFL rewards, it's a good way to almost take away MFL rewards from people buying extra clubs and putting in all of these farm teams. I wonder how much MFL would be saved per season going to managers, to the point where maybe they could even increase rewards in the division system, because there's tens of thousands of players being played that aren't getting MFL as rewards.
Yeah, I've seen someone suggest something like that the other day, that they should increase rewards just in general, just across the pyramid as well. So, but then with the increased packs to compensate for that, I don't know how that would work. I like the control they've got over the market at the moment. I like how they're streamlining the packs, the paid packs. So, but then that leads to a question I was going to ask everyone. Do you think we're going to see a boom for the World Cup?
think it depends what they do for the World Cup, doesn't it? I wasn't around for the last World Cup, and I know they did some pretty cool stuff. I kind of like tried to find out some content on it and stuff, and it was pretty good. It does depend on what they do for the World Cup. I think with packs now, though, there was when I'd first joined and when Laird first joined, those packs sold out, man. I clicked my mouse and everything was already gone. It did get to a point where they were just there, even like, you know, sometimes they even expired without selling out, which was quite unique. But it was because people had their teams, right? Like people didn't need players now. You know, it was almost like the degens and the addicts that were buying the packs rather than the people that actually needed to like facilitate their teams.
Yep.
But we're now getting to that point in time. Yeah, me as well, man. Like I'm not judging, man. I was there as well. But we're now getting to that point in time where we're getting so many retirements that there's going to be a necessity again for people to build their teams up. And I wonder if the packs start selling out like instantly, and if they shouldn't increase the amount of packs and rather let the standard drop a little bit. If there's not enough high-rated cards, just let there not be enough high-rated cards, because then the trickle-down effect of that and the impact that will have for the lower managers is all of a sudden your 80 rated guy who's 27 that you might be able to sell for like 15 or 20 bucks. All of a sudden he's like appealing to a diamond or a plat guy, where maybe now you can sell him for 100 or $2 because of how much he's worth at the top end. So I really hope they don't just start farming more packs to appease the guys at the top and just let the ecosystem kind of like deal with itself.
Yeah. Let the reverse power creep hit.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I agree. I think it'll be good. I mean, eventually in Diamond, you might see 90 rated as the ceiling, or 88. You know,
yeah, and then
crazy.
somebody that's got a 95 or 97, that's like a Ronaldo or a Messi, like
Exactly.
where you're like, oh my god, you've got like the creme de la creme. You're doing all right, yeah.
I love the idea of that. So an ultimate becomes like a Ronaldo, Messi level. Like there's maybe only 5 in the game or whatever it may be. So
yeah,
I think that's really cool. And I think we will get to that stage, especially if MFL keep controlling the packs the way that they are.
Is there like a... Sorry, Sid.
No, I was just gonna say, I wonder if they have anything in mind with regards to how they want to set it up long term in terms of ratings, right? When we started off, I personally started season 2, and I think there were a bunch of 90, 92 rateds in Diamond. Those were like the top tier. Then they slowly started getting into the ultimate category. I don't know where they want things to settle down at. Do they want just 1 to 2 ultimates per team? So there's only 30, 40 ultimates in the whole game, and the overall average at Diamond is 93. In Plat, it drops down to 90. So if there is really a vision, they could control it with the supply of packs. And I really like they've been releasing only 30 rare packs like every drop, and it was like more than double up until like season 7 or season 8. So the power creep, or the inverse of the power creep, is happening right now. I think in a 2-3 season window, we'll get to a level where things start like slowly reversing itself. But again, how soon or how fast they're going to push it back up is the question.
It gives value again, doesn't it, to grinders, right, at the bottom end? Because if you're like, let me go and have like a whole bunch of Flint, Ice, and Spark farms, and then you save up your MFL for a couple of seasons, you buy a rare pack, and then how much can you sell that rare pack to somebody for like now compared to them? Because if rare players on that high end are super scarce, all of a sudden now like all these like common cards I'm churning are actually developing into something, rather than just feeling like I'm churning for the sake of churning and not really doing anything with it.
I think that's a really good point. I was kind of curious what you guys thought of when the reverse power creep happens. Like, what do you see? Like, what do you think you'll see where you're like, okay, now it's working? And I was going to say this, and Toby in the chat got me here. It's like, once Legos leave bronze, that's when I feel like we're okay. We're like starting to have some sanity in where the power creep was.
I mean, there's, to get out of ice, you need rares.
Yeah,
mad, isn't it?
Ice, yeah. Like, because I sent Laird a clip of what like his getting into MFL video, because I had no MFL content to watch. Well, the weekend was dull, and I was like, well, this came up on my feed. I was like, let's just rewatch it. And he's like, he opens his club and he gets an upgrade in a like a starter pack, and it's a 62 rated limited, and the chat just explodes, going like banger, 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 banger. This is like mid ice level. This is like mid ice level, and then he gets an uncommon that's 74, and then someone like Josh XL or that's in the chat going, "Oh, he could fit in my iron team." And I'm like, I just wish those. I wish those were the. Like,
Bring us back, please.
Yeah.
There was a team that I used to get promoted from stone to iron that then nearly won iron to go to bronze, but didn't. Was the same team that got relegated from stone to ice about 3 seasons later by the same team. And I'm like, I've got the same players, and they've actually progressed a little bit as well, like from growth and stuff. And yet they have got shifted down 3 tiers, even though they've progressed up a lot, because the general user base of everyone's just got the best players like going into those top leagues.
Yeah, this is like the drop down will be I think it'll be quite it will be sudden, but then quite quick, because if you look at like the top guys, most of them have feeder teams below. It's not like, and then as soon as say like Big Will needs to bring folk up to Tango, he needs to bring folk up to Platinum, he needs to bring folk up. Eventually, he's going to run out of players, so his bronze and that are going to suffer pretty quick. It's the same with like Sid and Bob. As soon as they need to keep bringing up, they're going to have no players left quite quick for silver, bronze, and everything. And then when they get hit, they'll be the ones that then go out and buy. So everyone else will then drop down pretty quick. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Iron going a bit more reasonable.
I think it'll kind of go full circle. So in season 1, it was like uncommons for ice, low end rares for stone, 79 rated for iron, 82s for bronze, and so on. So I think we'll kind of go full circle back to season 1 levels, although Monkey was clearly an anomaly and started the whole problem.
Yeah. I mean, right, I've got like a team full of like sort of like 78s to 85s in silver this season, and I get humped every game, like 8s, 9s, 10s. Like it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, so Nep, so that should probably be like a mid-range silver squad that you've got there once the reverse power creep hits.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. So, I mean, they'll be in Flint by then, so
yeah. But yeah, I mean, exactly that. So I think we will get to that point, but it might take a while. It might take 4, 5, 6 seasons together, because there's still loads of ultimates that haven't even got a retirement sign. There's high-end Legos that don't as well. So, but yeah, those older mints are phasing out. We are getting to the end of that now. So that average age is down to 34 to 36 instead of 37 or whatever. So yeah, I think it'll fall off a cliff at some point as well.
And then I wonder if people that haven't taken progression training, like balanced squads seriously, might rue the opportunity of being like, oh god, this guy like gained +10 in 4 seasons, and I had him on the bench for 80% of the games. I wonder if I actually used him properly, where he could be and how valuable he could be then. So for anyone that's listening, make sure you get the I know you might have your favorite. I know you might have your Ken Nelson up front where you just want to play him into the ground because you love him. Give the other guys some XP, get them on the field, get them that match XP, get them the training XP, because you never know when they might just become valuable.
Yeah. So we'll be looking at season 15, 16 before Ken Nelson's in silver, gold, plat.
Hey, if he's not Lego by the end of next season, I'll be so sad, man. I'll be so sad.
And you said you didn't know who he was. This guy's like famous.
No, you mentioned the name in the agenda, and I was like, I don't know whose player it is. Is it someone in Laird's agency or Nep's agency? So that's why I had to ping you.
Yeah, because it's because I was saying to Nep and Laird before we started, but you went, can you make the agenda somewhat like aimed at those two? So I do something that's relevant to Nep's recent content, and you go, who's this guy? And I'm like, this is what you asked for.
He's bagging goals, by the way. Honestly, when he scored his first goal, he didn't score the first goal for the club, which was really painful. But when he scored his first goal, I genuinely, I wasn't recording or anything. I cheered. I was like, I was fist pumping, man. It was a good moment.
There you go. Toby says silver is brutal, so he's managing the Ramble Forest this season. He's doing really well.
I think Ramble's got a few of my players actually.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You gave us or was it me? Maybe it was the D-Gens. You gave me a couple of wingers last time as well. That was really good.
Yes, you spoke about wingers earlier, actually, about right wing doing well. I think wingers, like, and for some weird reason, at least in my experience, left backs, but I think wingers are really, like, good wingers are really hard to come by. You don't see many with, like, stats that are actually valuable to wingers because pace is included in their rating, where it's not on the left mids. They struggle quite a lot. And so my right winger that I've had, Mantilla, I got him out of a pack many seasons ago, about 8 seasons ago, and I can't even loan him out. People just don't care for him because nobody plays with wingers in their formations.
That was the guy you gave to me, Mantilla.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
so he's right in my
Your
front
guy
line.
sucks. I never play. Oh, that's the guy I have.
No,
but
yeah,
it was only half a season, to be fair. So, but yeah, he was really good in silver. He did well.
he's in
SR
silver now
Monkey.
and he struggles. Yeah,
SR Monkey says built like Big Daddy. Well, I remember that. Neb, you'll know him. You'll know that name.
the
from
WWE wrestler. Yeah, or the WWF wrestler. Yeah, he is, mate. Honestly, I don't know if you guys saw my reaction when he came out of a pack. Oh man, I struggled to not be rude. I was a little bit rude, but like I was actually taken aback. Like I could not believe what I was seeing. You fat bastard. Honestly,
I definitely need to catch up on that content today. My priority in the stream.
Oh, yeah. No, look at him.
Mate. He is a chunky boy.
75 pace is my favorite part.
Yeah. If he had like 99 physical, I'd be like, fair enough.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It makes sense. But oh my god, he just honestly, it's like they took a scan of me and was like, let's pop him on.
And he's progressing.
He's doing wonderful things. Look at that, 2 dribbling and a +1 overall. Like I said, if he's not legendary by the end of next season, we've got big issues.
I mean, he's clearly got some very light feet with that sort of pace and dribbling together, or the dribbling moving, catching up to him.
It's good, isn't it?
Touch for a big man.
Hey, he's born at 28 as well. Like, what is going on? Like, how's he being spawned at 28? If he doesn't play until he's 40, do you know what would be great? I was thinking about this when I was talking about him actually. Because they generate these player like images, wouldn't it be cool if on rollover day they aged? Do you know what I mean? So like when he's literally a 38-year-old, he's got like a massive beard and he's like another 10 pound heavier. Like, wouldn't that be absolutely insane?
Did they say they were going to do that? Like,
Did they? I must have missed it maybe, but yeah.
At some point, I think they want to. Yeah,
That'd be fun. Grey beard, all that stuff.
I would like to see anybody present me with their Ken Nelson, if you wouldn't mind. If anybody's got a player that just looks abnormal to what the typical MFL football player looks like, I would love to see it.
I don't have many. I've got a guy who looks like a bouncer.
You remember the goalkeepers before we went to like the real life images? The goalkeepers always had like fucking green mohawks and stuff. Why don't we get that on these guys? I would love Ken Nelson to have like a bright purple mohawk. Like,
then he'd be off the card.
all those funky tattoos as well. All of those are gone.
yeah. Yeah, the neck tattoos, they were pretty cool, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
There's
share
somebody
the
definitely
screen.
made an entire team of neck tattoos
Oh yeah.
for sure. Can I bring up 2? I don't want to call them negative conversations but I want to have it, and you guys are experts, so I'd like to bring them up. Do we want to talk about? Does it have to be about retirements or World Cup? Which one do you guys want to talk about first?
Just choose. Go retirements.
Go to
So there are a lot of users on the platform that have been around for a very long time who are about to get hit with a lot of retirements, and we keep talking about what they're going to have to do to replace them. What if they don't? Like, how many people do we think see these mass retirements and they're like, well, that was fun, and they just don't do it? Like, do you guys think like that there's a lot of people like that or not?
Well, I think the reverse power creep will help with that because the level will just naturally go down, you know? So say it's, an 85 in silver that's going to retire, and that might drop to 83, 82 is the high level in silver. Who knows? So maybe the guy that you've got coming through will be good enough. So
The concern might be, and maybe MFL needs to look at this as the reverse power creep does come in. The concern might be that somebody doesn't want to or can't put more money into the game, has lost a few players and now doesn't have a team that is actually eligible for the league that they're still in. And so they're just stuck, right? At that point, what do? Like, they can't ask to be relegated. They can't afford to buy new players. Is that the sort of person that just leaves at that point?
I've kind of thought the same with my agency, because I kind of hit where I wanted my ceiling to be, but now I've got loads of retirements at the top end for all my best players. The progression at the bottom end isn't hitting as quick as I thought it would. So, but then I'm kind of hoping I'll fall perfectly within that power creep as well. But if I don't, I probably won't be throwing cash at it. So I'll naturally just maybe drop down a couple of divisions if I need to do that instead.
But what if you can't even get the team? If you don't want to invest more, what if you literally can't get enough players in the team that are minimum rating?
Well, then I'd probably see, the moment I'm running 13 teams, so I'd probably just sell a couple of teams, sell off a few players, and then package it that way. Just go down to, say, bronze or iron instead of silver.
And then I think that lends into Laird's point then of like, if everybody thinks like that, is that actually going to crash the market maybe, or just are people just going to walk away, and how does that impact the game?
Well, you will get a mix. I think some people will walk away, some people will invest more, some people will just sit with the power creep lands. So, yeah, I think that mix is going to be the interesting part of what percentage of people invest, what percentage leave, what percentage just let the chips fall where they go. So, be interesting for sure.
It could have already happened, Gunnar, because doesn't Silver have a league with 11? I think Silver's the highest.
Yeah.
I think Silver's got the division where there's only 11 teams in it. So Silver 4, I think, because I think it's the one with Rory and the Wyverns has only got 11.
That's Ramble's in there as well. Toby's in there.
Yeah. So it's like that's in Silver. So that's what, the 4th highest or the 5th highest league, and that's already got a team missing.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have played this season if I couldn't pick up like a handful of 78s for $2 or $3. Like, I thought I'd throw some offers out there, and I got accepted on a few, so I was able to put a team in there. But yeah, after 8 games, I've currently scored 2 goals and conceded 72. So it's like, like I might as well have not showed up. Yeah. Maybe I could. Maybe they can offer some like parachute packages and be like, "Do you want to get relegated? But we'll give you like 50% of what the MFL would have been in the league." I'd have taken that.
But that encourages relegation, though, doesn't it? So, yeah. So I am a funny one as well with that, because in theory I really should relegate some teams, but pride just kicks in, and I just don't want to get relegated. So, so it's a funny situation, but it's a very good point. It's going to be really interesting to see how it all works out.
I think
what was your other point, Laird?
delegation.
No, go on. Sorry.
No. Where's other point on the World Cup?
No, his World Cup negatives.
So I don't see any reason that MFL booms because of the World Cup. In fact, I would make the argument that MFL is even less interesting to people during the World Cup. And I say this because I feel like it was this time last year that we had the Nep boom. And I always say that the reason why this time of year, and I've told the MFL team this, like this time of year is perfect for MFL because everybody's bored of domestic football. It's the end of the season. They're just like, whatever, in their fantasy leagues. It's just like, it's the end. But they still love football, and so they want to do something. And then they see this, and they're like, whoa, that looks cool. And so they join now, play in the summer, and then when all the European leagues come back in August, they go back to that. They still, some people will stay in MFL and they'll do both. But like the World Cup, everybody's going to be watching the World Cup. I don't think people are going to be looking for a Football Manager game of metaverse players when the World Cup is on. And so I really, every time somebody's like, maybe there's a World Cup boom, like I don't see why that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think it might, but it depends on the marketing push. It all depends on that. How do they push it? Where do they push it? How do they market the push as well? So, but you're right. I mean, in theory, there's probably not much reason why there would be a boom. So, because there's no direct tie into the World Cup as well. So yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
It just feels like the slower IRL football times are the best time to join MFL, and the World Cup is like the opposite of the slow IRL football time.
Well, in theory, there'd be more of a football manager boom because you could play with the actual World Cup players that are playing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. But I think it could be marketed in a way where, like, play against real managers, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think a lot of it depends on that. And they've obviously redesigned the site. There's going to be a new user interface. There's a new user guide. So they are repositioning themselves for that push, I think. So let's see.
Yeah.
If it is branded like a Masters tourney, right, at the end of season 10, they wanted to do something special. I think the top 3 or 4 different tourneys had Dapper dollars as prize money. So if it is themed around the World Cup and with a proper marketing push, maybe it happens. But I do see your point, Laird, and I think they'll be doing something to get the community engagement a lot more, the existing community. But for new people to hop on and give it a go, I think that should be happening about like right now and not like during the World Cup. The trial clubs, the one season push prior to the World Cup even kicking off, it'll be nice if they do it sometime sooner. It should be pretty much by season 14. So that by the time when we get to season 15 or the late June, early July timeframe, there is a dedicated mode or something similar to Masters that can be nationality focused and some really cool rewards. Then that can be the major jump after this initial launch happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already seeing it. Nep, I don't know how much you look at like your referrals to MFL, but I've had more this month than November through March combined.
I really look at it, to be honest.
Now, it's not that many. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here getting like hundreds or even dozens of people to sign up, but like the chart doesn't look the same as this time last year. Last year it was much bigger, but like it looks the same. Like it's slow, and then March, April, May, people start paying attention a little more.
I always find it quite funny when I watch Nep's MFL videos because, like, if I go on the referral page, it loads like this. Like, it loads pretty quick. On Nep's one, it's like 5 minutes of the thing loading, and then it goes 1,500 folk invited, 590 odd folk, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And they call it a Laird boom. I don't know what we're talking about.
MFL did well for me, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're looking at that, Black Ops wanted me to show you guys this guy, Laszlo.
That's another way they could build it as well. Another Disney Dappers promo.
That's another one for you.
Oh man, those Disney dollars, man. I tell you, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the likes of Nep and McBride did very, very, very well out of that.
I don't know how much McBride made, but I made about like $10,000 from those Disney dollars, man. It was insane. But obviously in the wallet, and so I just kept buying the packs on the pack drops, and then stupidly, there was one night I'd had a few beers and I was on with Jimbo, and I was opening packs on with Jimbo, and then Jimbo said something about the Floaty site and how like the prices are quite decent on there. So I just went on to Floaty and I just bought rare pack after rare pack for like $300, man. And in my head, I'm like, these are the Disney dollars. I don't give a damn. This isn't even my money. And now I'm sitting there thinking I could have bought club after club instead, but no, I bought a fair few packs off of that, and then that was it. Now all of those players are coming towards like the twilight years of their career, and all those Disney dollars are down the drain. It was fun though. It was good fun.
It was
brilliant.
And then there was the Top Shop. Top Shop came a little bit afterwards. The NBA Top Shop stuff. That was sort of Disney dollars, but not quite as useful.
Yeah, I don't think I could get involved in that because it was not UK based. So
I got 4 or 5 folk because it was. I mean, I think it was Australia and the US then. They done it, and then because I think a couple of days ago I got a random email telling me my Top Shop moment is sold. It was like didn't even realize I had it like I had something listed, but it was like $5 for some random LeBron James moment, and I'm like, I'll take it. An extra couple common packs. But
That guy you showed on screen, Laird, I think he had his physical and his dribbling mixed round.
99 dribbling.
Yeah, that's insane, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Mate, he looks like someone. I can't put my finger on it.
You saw
Rag
him
and
outside of
Bone
a
Man.
bar the other day, or a club.
Yeah, he does look like Rag and Bone Man, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, he's actually got. I had that hairstyle, no word of a lie, about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I think I remember you actually with green or blue hair.
Yeah, I went through all the colours.
Yeah.
I had pink, bright pink, at one point of my my hair and beard. But I did have blue. Oh, I'll tell you what, Laird will know maybe a little bit better because he's the only American here. But I am the spitting image of Megan Rapinoe in one of my pictures. I'm not kidding. Hold on.
The female US player,
yeah. Oh, like I took this picture and I put it on Instagram for like it was for a brand deal, and like the first 20 comments were like, "Megan Rapinoe, is that you?" or like something to that effect. And I'm like, who is this Megan Rapinoe thing? And I looked, and I was like, oh my god, that's uncanny the likeness. Oh, I post a lot of shit. Hold on.
She like the center of all controversy at that point of time as well.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Toby loves that.
Yeah. So it's like you've not even picked a good, like a popular US player.
Yeah, so I'll share with Laird. Maybe he can put it on the screen. So this is Nepen Rapinoe, and then the second link is me with that guy's hairstyle. Do you see it? I don't know.
Definitely see it. I think she might have had more facial hair than you, though.
Yeah, maybe. And then, then there's me with what was that guy's name? That MFL guy's name? There you go. Same pose and all, but
Brilliant.
pretty similar.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
you've even got
right,
the same. You've even got the same direction of swoosh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made me think about it. To be fair, yeah.
It's back-to-back MLS jerseys you're wearing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the MLS Cup. You know, I got that for existing. Actually, I didn't do anything cool. They just sent it to me.
Existing.
At least you're happier than the Romanian fella.
Yeah, he looks a bit sour, doesn't he? To be fair, he could have cracked a smile for his picture on his picture day.
Yeah, that'll be before Bazinga cut your hair.
Yeah, this is actually a fair bit after. Yeah, my hair was super long when he cut my hair. I grew it out. I actually had a beard probably longer than that guy in the picture there for a while. Yeah, I deleted all the Megan Rapinoe comments. I wasn't having it. They don't exist anymore. Yeah.
Love the cheeky Kaylor Navas comments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it goes down in history, doesn't it? We need some like MFL memes though. Do you know what I mean? Like with FC and FIFA, that can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Dempsey. He's sort of, I mean, like he's an MFL wide meme, but
Dempsey's definitely the lack of progression meme for sure. Poor Calvo.
What's Calvo up to these days? He left the podcast. He got all famous and stuff, and then he just ditched, didn't he?
Too busy having babies and
Tale as old as
loving life.
time. Fame got to him, and he just left us.
Yeah, he just went on to bigger things. He had babies, did he? Overrated.
Like Nellis, I mean, he thinks millions of followers are more important than Zoria. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's mad. Mate, his journey's been incredible, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, I did. He came to my house a few years ago with Alex, and we recorded a podcast. And he literally, like, outside of the recording and stuff, he was like, Nep, I just don't think I can do it. And I was like, you can. Like, you're very personable, like you're very likable. And we had like a serious chat about like where the window is and where the scope is. And not to take any credit, because him and Alex do an insane job, but it's fascinating that just a few years ago he was thinking about getting his full-time job back and whether or not this was worth the risk. And I bet he looks back now and thinks, fuck yeah, like, thank God like those doubts didn't creep in and seep in too much. And I went back to back to his original job, and he stayed doing this because he's transformed content in the football space, especially in that short space, maybe not in like the podcast space or such, or like the football talk space, like the Mark Goldbridges and such. But in terms of the actual like football entertainment space, he's transformed the content, and it's really good to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, because he's managed to break into like the Twitter or the X, like the hate. Because you always get like the video of him doing, he's like, how many cups can I get and then sell it? And then folk like going mental, going like, why is this content on YouTube? Why is it doing well? Like, screw this guy. Like, get these guys out of stadiums. It's like him and Thogden have now been bracketed together, and you're like,
Oh dear.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, you seem like you've kind of made it. And then it's
Yep.
always weird watching like, I've grown up with like the Sidemen stuff, like it's like my sort of age bracket, and seeing like Chris MD, and then all of a sudden Nellis that I've seen from So Rare doing his So Rare podcasts is now chilling in like a Chris MD video with one of the most subscribers out of all of them. You're like,
Yeah, it's
like,
awesome stuff.
just,
It's good to see. I think he's at the next charity match, Nellis, as well, actually. I think he got a call up to the team.
That's today,
Oh, was it?
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well,
soon.
isn't-
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Saturday for me,
It's
tomorrow
next Tuesday for
you.
Hamez, so we actually don't
Yeah.
know.
So it'll be tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. You're talking about like some big football game coming on Sunday, and I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure, pretty sure it's Monday. Pretty sure the game you'll be talking about is 1:30 on Monday morning. But
Don't let me know what happens in advance, though, okay? I want to watch it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah.
As much as I'm up early, 1:30 might be pushing it.
What time is it for you now? Like 10 o'clock in the morning?
No, 10 to 7.
Oh, you got up early for this, did you? Yeah.
We started this at 5:30.
Okay, yeah. Or did you stay up for this? Have you got up, or have you stayed up for it?
No, I went to bed at 9.
Wow, fair enough.
Yeah, and that's half an hour later than we normally start. So
That's because our clocks went forward, though, isn't it? That it's worse for you now. So I remember when we started this, it was 7, 8.
we went back. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
our 7 p.m. UK times would have been a 4 a.m. start. So that'd have been.
Yeah, you're welcome. I asked to delay it for you. I was like, do you know what?
Yeah.
Let him have a lay-in. So,
Yeah, I appreciate it. But
Streams kicks off with Hamez complaining about how he had to get up or roll out of the bed early. This is the first time it has like not happened for an hour and a half since we started talking. So that's
I feel like it's justified.
it is.
I told Hamez that if somebody had asked me to like do what he does every week, if you asked me to do it once, I would just laugh at you. Like I wouldn't think you were serious.
you guys must be almost like exactly, what are you, like 20 hours apart for you, Laird and Hamez?
It's what time did you say it was?
Well, it's just 5 to 7 in the morning.
22 hours.
Yeah, 22 hours.
That's insane, isn't it?
Right?
That's
No, not
insane.
22.
Like 20, yeah.
Oh wait.
I think California's the furthest. Yeah, like California will be the furthest to me.
Yeah, California,
New York.
2 p.m. right now.
Stop moaning.
Yeah, it's done
Like 19 hours.
from a guy that can't do 7 p.m. UK streams because it's too late. So
Yeah.
Wow.
he only likes it his way. But
Do you want to go through any of the agenda, Hamez, or what's the plan?
Did we not cover off any of the agenda and all of that? Fair enough.
I've been ticking off a few questions that I've got on the bit for yous.
I'm looking forward to Sid's bit.
Yeah, but this is the first, like, you've delegated a lot of your teams now. Like, do you give a toss about them, or you kind of just...
No, I didn't care about them in the first place. I just needed a place for I wanted to care about them, right? Like, I wanted to have even more teams, and I still do. I want to have 50, 100, 200 teams, and I want to know my agency inside out. And I did at the start, like season sort of 3 through 7. Like, you could have asked me about any one of my players, and within reason, I probably would have known a fair bit about them. And it, like, when FIFA came this year, it was pretty time intensive, and so I kind of like stepped back with how much effort I put into MFL for a while. And so the idea was still to have them as farms, and they all did so shockingly bad over the last 2 or 3 seasons that I could, if somebody gave it any care or attention, they would easily elevate me a couple of positions and be worth the MFL trade-off of paying the managers. So I offered everyone, I think it was like 15%, just as like the fee. And yeah, I don't even look at what they do. It's just nice to know that they're being taken care of, and we'll see when the MFL comes in at the end of the season if those teams this year provided more MFL than they did last year. Then it's a green light for going and buying an insane amount more clubs and repeating the process. But if it was less, then maybe I have to rethink either the managers involved or the strategy in general.
Yeah, it's just because like I know with Trust, he's like I speak to Trust quite a bit. Like I have one of his ones, so I wasn't sure if you've delegated them out, are you actually interested? Like, do you message the focus or any sort of that, or is it just have fun, do we want? Yeah.
Yeah, I just just good to get them off my head, man. Like it's nice now. Like there was I think like maybe like 3 seasons ago, it was like a chore for me to log in because like FIFA was so heavy like for time, and like my dad was in hospital and I just didn't have spare time, and I'm like I'm like, oh my god, I've got to go and log in. So I was like, I kind of log in every 3rd day, and like some of my players were like super low on fitness and stuff, and I just didn't care. I was just like, whatever, I'll just kind of throw in the next fittest guy. I don't care what their rating is or anything. This season now, because I've kind of relieved that burden of so many teams, I'm really looking forwards to how do my results go? Where am I in the cups? Like I'm celebrating goals and wins, and I'm following and tracking the progress of the players in the teams that I'm managing. And it's like feels good again to be involved in that kind of like a parasocial relationship with these teams and players. It feels good to want to be here again rather than feel like I'm obliged to be here just to make sure I keep the kind of like, you know, the fitness ticking over and stuff. So yeah, it's been a really good experience this season.
I remember we streamed together a couple seasons ago. I don't even remember if it was an MFL stream, but before we went live, I like asked you about MFL or something, and it was basically this time where you were like, it was just almost overwhelming. And you showed me your HQ, and you were like, look, and it was just like endless scroll of watch replay. And you were like, I don't even have, I can't even look at my, and I was just like, I can't fathom, frankly, I couldn't fathom having as many teams as you did. And now I'm like, why don't I have that many teams? But it was just that it was just it was too much at the time. And you were just like, I have no idea what I see the standings. I have no idea what happened in these matches. And I don't even have time to go back and look.
Yeah. Yeah. But now, like, obviously the delegation side of things it's not even just awesome for like an agency perspective. And I'm sure like TCP and a few of the other managers of a lot of clubs have been like really, really happy with it. I think it's incredible from an MFL perspective because like the true rags to riches, and I would love for somebody to create some content around this. The true rags to riches is getting onto MFL with nothing, managing other people's clubs until you've got enough MFL to buy packs, buy those packs, sell those packs, use that money to buy a club, then loan in, and now you've got your own club. And you've done it 100% for free. Now, would it be value for time? No, you probably could have got a part-time job, picked up a couple $100 from that, and then just bought a couple of clubs. But would it be a great story? I absolutely think so.
You'd have to think like how much you see you get what 10 like I don't know how much would you give to someone that's never played the game before to run a club.
Yeah, like
it would only take 10 years, but man, imagine the concept.
Yeah.
If they got 10% of Spark, and let's try and figure it out. Say they came mid-table 6th in Spark and got 10%. That's 150 MFL a club. So you'd be looking at 450 MFL a season.
If they had 4 clubs a season, like they'd be able to get 1 pack a season, right?
Yeah,
so at that point
it would take.
Oh, can you only be staff of 3? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that throws a bit of a spanner in the works, but
you could technically you could do a 4th, but you'd have to be very trustworthy because they'd have to send you the club.
Yeah,
like they could airdrop you.
Okay, right. Yeah. No, we'd do it like legit. So you pick up 450 MFL a season. So you need like 2 seasons. You'll get your first pack. 3rd season, you get a second pack. 2 packs. Like what you'd like, obviously you'd only make $6 there. You'd have to go a long way. You'd have to play like literally like 24 seasons to get enough money to get packs. So then I suppose what you'd have to do, cup runs, you might get a little bit extra. You'd have to almost like open the packs and put those players in the clubs that you're managing and start developing your own agency of players rather than getting in a club. And then eventually maybe you get somebody that progresses you can sell on or something like that. And that could be the way.
But then look at what Trust is doing, for example. So if you impress him at Spark, he'll give you a higher rated club. So you'll get more and more MFL that way. You know? So,
show you're managing prowess. And then the top managers the top agencies will start coming in for you as a manager. Be like, hey, we know you've only got 3 clubs you can accept. Like, let's negotiate. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
real football manager. That's what's up.
Then you become a wanted prospect and make more MFL, and just scale it that way.
And then after all said and done, you get about $7 when Dapper takes their big fee of everything you cash out on. You probably better off just going to get a job, to be fair, and just buying it that way.
Oh, Hamez, good example. Where are you at the moment? Is silver, gold? Who are you managing?
Well, I'm silver with CSK this season. We're doing pretty well.
League.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. We won again today. Won both games, which is always a bonus. But like in the cup, we've won 3. Like the cup is so like odd for the group. We've got 3 teams that keep winning and 1 team that just gets beaten by everyone. So it's like I'm on 9 points, but I'm not even like I could still easily come 3rd after 4 games. But the league's going better than expected. Like we're 6 points clear, I think.
But there you go. I mean, your highest owned club is what, Iron?
Yeah.
So you're now getting silver revenue in as well.
Yeah. I'm also quite happy because Bob, the way I done it with Bob is Bob sent me the team and then I'd send him it back at the end of the season. And I won silver with them. So in my trophy cabinet, I've got the silver trophy. Whereas if I win it with CSK, Sid will get the trophy. I don't get the trophy. So it's like I've managed to sneak in a silver trophy that I should not be having.
And at that point as well, they're going to need to put, aren't they, like manager profiles so that you can show your manager history of like these are the clubs I managed, these are the results I got. So then you can almost like present yourself to like silver, bronze, gold clubs and be like, hey, if you're looking for a manager, here's my portfolio.
Yeah, which obviously doing this helps. Like doing this helps because like, folk know like my name's kind of out there. But well, I mean, you look at Diamond. Diamond's had how many managers have been delegated in Diamond? It must be like almost half now.
I think it must be about half. Yeah,
it is half. So we got both Milano and Sturgis to both the teams, right? So that's 3, and we got Bob, myself, our 4 teams. So that's 7 out of 12 actually.
Yeah. So that's
mad.
Why is it happening? Like, as somebody who's not into that world, like why does that happen?
I mean, for me and Bob, I think right after we got into like game 4 or game 5, we knew the league was done. And we were like, oh, we might as well just take a break now, just start grinding the market instead. So Bob delegated first to Big Mr. K. And I think a day later, I was like, I'm done as well. Probably just take it back second half of the season, but definitely take like a week or 10-day break now. But in terms of others, I think XVIX was struggling a lot. Kev can probably talk to it a bit. He was just consistently complaining in the Discord. So I think he gave it away, saying he doesn't want to run it anymore. And Sturge hasn't been like really active. He has all the pieces to be able to run 2 diamond clubs. So I think he sent it off to like 2 different folks to run his diamond club. So yeah, it's pretty much all over the place. I think except for Ronan, no one is pretty happy in diamond as things stand.
Like Bob's 3 points back, and we've just decided like the league's over.
Yeah,
that's because Ronan lost yesterday. So it just there's a recent like twist, but yeah, I think he was like 5 or 6 points behind and he lost a game in Titan. So, and he wasn't happy with the engine either. So he wanted a break. Unfortunately, the retirements didn't help of how he was managing his team. I think there were like 3 or 4 players who was in like getting back up. Beckman obviously being one of them. So it's a mixed bag, and I'm losing right now. So
Same.
That
Playing,
Kovac's quite
Bishop
mad, isn't he?
Milano.
Sorry, go on.
Say what?
I was just looking at that Kovac's guy, 36 years old, still 98 rated, still isn't looking to retire.
Yeah. I mean, I think the goalies will be the big thing in Diamond, because most folks' second choice isn't as high as as obviously as good as the first choice, but the top none of Bob's goalie's the biggest to drop, and I think he was in 94, 95. Like everyone else who's in 96, 97, 98, 99 is still kicking. Because when they go will be the big one, because there's not many goalies coming up that will recover.
Yeah.
Will recover over.
I think that's like ultimates in general, right? I think Ron John posted a stat. There's like 35 or 1/3 of the ultimates are retiring within the next couple of seasons or 3 seasons. So yeah, if you lose 60 out of the 155 odd, then yeah, I mean, there's going to be demand creeping up. There's definitely going to be some level of push-pull happening from gold or platinum up.
3 seasons is so long away. But
Yeah.
like 18 weeks is a long time.
Yeah, it's not short, but it feels short, doesn't it? Like where especially when they get their retirement symbol, you're like, oh god, they're gone tomorrow, and they're not. You've still got plenty of time. I think the thing I struggle with most with the retiring guys is their stamina just doesn't regenerate as quick, and like I thought stamina regen and loss was tied to physical stat, not to age. But yeah, it's interesting the way that works. I've got a few teams this season where I'm now struggling because I've got very like carefully picked selections of teams, and then I just didn't take into consideration the guys with the retirement symbols that just aren't recovering quick enough, and so now I've got like multiple positions in like low stam. I'm gonna have to get some subs in or some transfers in at the halfway mark.
Yeah, because like even Beckman's got 99 for the physical. He's played 5 games and is on 95% still. So it's like 99 physical is not regenning very fast either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it hits hard, because even the orange one's not too bad. The orange one, they still gain it back pretty well, and then the red one is when their leg falls off, or like they lose their kidney dies, the kidney fails, and it's like they just don't recover.
Yeah, it's tough.
So I want to talk about this diamond thing again. I have a note that I wrote down, because I write things down now, that just said the diamond cabals. And I wanted to go back to what Nep was saying at the beginning, that when he got to diamond and he realized it was like a old boys club up there, and if you're not in that club, you can really struggle. And it seems like, and I mean this in the most respectful way to Sid and Kev here, because they're in these, they run a cabal themselves. But it seems like you guys are getting frustrated with MFL in a way, or in some way where, well, more Sid and Bob, where you're like, I don't even want to play in Diamond right now. Is it a negative in the sense that we have managers who have been like very important to this platform and very successful, who are now saying like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but there are plenty of people who are like, fuck it, I'll take your place, and are like willing to help out, and that maybe we see more people participating in Diamond than we have in the last couple seasons? Like, are new faces in Diamond good or bad?
I think that's one for Sid, really.
It's definitely good. It's going to offer plenty of variety, right? I mean, there is a Bob style of Soul-Line picks playing. There is a Sid style of Galacticos playing. Now we got 2 new managers who haven't been in Diamond before. So it's definitely good. And Bob and myself, we were joking. I mean, we want to probably take a direction where we become like a general manager-esque figure, like a Florentino Perez or Rosell or Bartomeu from Barcelona, right? Just gain players or gather players, put together squads, and just hand it off to managers for them to run. That way, we still have our hand in the game. We enjoy the games, but it's not as sweaty as you setting up tactics after spending an hour, couple of hours, doing all the homework of studying the opponents. So that could be the next couple of seasons at least.
That just validates my opinion at the start, doesn't it? You got no chance of getting involved.
Well,
like,
so it's not quite like that. Like, I have no chance, but people who are good at the game have a chance now. They don't have a chance to reap the rewards of it, but they have a chance to at least participate there.
No, I mean, we were just looking for like managers who are really passionate and do the homework, right? And Big Mr. K and Bruce, they're like super into tactics. I think they have their own 1.5 version of the tactics deep dive and so on. And I messaged Bruce quite some time back. He's one manager who uses the wingers a lot, even when the wide mids were kind of meta in the last couple of engines. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I have these 2 wingers. I would like for you to run with them at least for a few games, see how it turns out. And this season was like a perfect opportunity. Next season, they'll be retiring. So maybe they'll be down to like a 40-50% utility. And this season, when we were like 4 or 5 games in, that might as well just give him a chance to run and see how things pan out. So, yeah, I mean, like looking out for good managers who are really tactically astute and willing to spend more time in the game. Yeah, definitely open to giving them a chance to running some of these diamond squads we have.
So, Kev, since you're kind of on the other side of it as running the clubs up there, are you happy that you aren't directly compete? Like, you're not trying to get into Bob and Sid's head, but it's somebody like, how is your thought? Do you attack their games any differently because there are more people now that maybe you knew somebody's style, and if they're not managing the club anymore, now you kind of have to figure something else out?
Well, first of all, it's we've obviously got quite underpowered sides, myself and Brian, because most of the team is built up of Sid and Bob's backups. So we're instantly handicapped in that sense. We're kind of amongst the bottom teams. But then that's where the challenge comes in, isn't it? Can we keep them in diamond? Can we get the progression we needed? Can we get the results needed as well? So it's fun. It's stressful as hell, but it is fun. But yeah, it's great that Sid and Bob are just giving guys like me the opportunity, because we probably never would have got there on our own.
Right.
I mean, short of finding 20 progression monsters and building a team with them, it's probably never going to happen for us. So Sid and Bob have recognized that. You know, they understand who's good at the game, who's doing well. And now Big Mr. K and Bruce have got a chance as well. So it's really cool to see in the one hand, because it's a fresh take on it, you know, because we're so used to just seeing the same names there every single season. So now you've got me, Brian, Big Mr. K, Bruce, Taggart with Bissione. Max is doing very well. He's got an underpowered team as well, and he's flying. So yeah, I love it. It's different, but it's hard. It's the top end of the game is really, really hard.
I'm sure.
So yeah.
Sid, I hadn't thought of it the way that you presented it, as the Florentino Perez of MFL, basically. That, because I looked at it as it, and again, I'm nowhere near diamond, and watching you guys play diamond, I'm like, that's not for me. It's a level that I'm not sure I would enjoy it anyway, but I just kind of looked at it as like, that's not good that these guys they're just like, I don't want to play this anymore. But it's because I kind of missed that you can still be very active in the game and on the platform. Because it kind of, from a distance, it's like Sid's not running his team anymore. And it's like, well, I have a team with like 8 of Sid's players too. Like, why is he not? But you stream every week, you keep talking about it. And it felt like it was like a first step to separating yourself from the platform, where it's actually the opposite, where you just, maybe it's just a healthier way to interact with the platform.
No, it's quite the contrary. Definitely, we definitely want to be involved, and I think I mentioned it like last week or a couple of weeks back. Bob had reached out to me like late in the night because one of the diamond licenses was up and available for sale. And he was like, "Should we go for a 5th license now? Should we be able? Where will we be able to have players enough to run the 5th?" And I'm like, "No, we'll just keep it to 4. Let it be organic. If we bring up a team from gold or plat, get it promoted, then we can run it that way." So yeah, I mean, we enjoy the game. We love the game. It's just the tactical nuances that you'll have to go through. And I know, I mean, Kev and all of these guys, I mean, they spend like a lot of time into looking at the opponent. There are like few tools in there which basically says, hey, in the last 100 games or so, they're running a 33% width and 50% depth, and you're trying to counter all that. Might not be in the right headspace to be able to invest that much time to set it up. But in terms of grinding the market, getting the right pieces, and we are trying to just put back everything that's coming out of the game. I believe we got close to like 4 million last season. Hopefully, we're somewhere close to that this season as well, since we have an extra team. And yeah, all of that is going to go into acquiring players and getting them ready and set up for season 14 as well.
I think a good counter argument to that as well is you and Bob have kept Diamond competitive. Would you rather see a competitive Diamond, or would you rather see mid-range plat teams in there? So
would definitely like it to be competitive. Always said this: as long as there is a title race which goes up until at least like the penultimate match day, that is healthy for MFL on Diamond and for the managers in there as well. Just don't want it to die off before like the mid-season break and people are just playing for the sake of playing it.
Now that's competitive from 2nd to 12th, right? We're not.
Well, Bob's only 3 points behind Ronan.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I kept saying to Bob, keep the faith. We'll turn it around. We'll get him. So,
I mean, the last team I want to focus on is Empire 9. Not putting pressure on them, but having someone has never won a league is
he just
might be
Laird.
someone might be doing quite well in their league.
So I don't know if it's actually imposter syndrome, but it feels that way. Because that team is probably half Sid's players. And it's taken me until I think 2 games ago, finally, where I was like, I'd watch the game, or I'd see something happen in like one of my players, maybe it was a yellow card, and I'm like, oh, who's that? And I'm like, oh shit, that's my own right mid. And so now I appreciate who they all are. It was literally earlier today. So we're first in iron. And then I was like, holy shit, bronze is next. And like, that's the level I never, ever thought to get to. And I have it here. So 22 points, I easily can bottle this like I bottled every other league that I've participated in, but there's at this point, legitimate top 3 chances. Like I have a reasonable chance to get to bronze, and I just never thought I'd get to that level.
Who did you lose to?
It's a good question. Probably the last place team.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it?
Who's in 6th.
Yeah, that's a tough loss, isn't it?
That might have been the first game of the season.
Have you played Temple yet?
No.
No, they come
No.
up in a couple of days.
And I'm
Yeah,
also
that's going to be a
I
big
don't
game.
think, let me see, Iron 7. Like I wasn't even projected that well. I don't think. This is where I'm in first, and I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I got promoted from the 3rd place. So yeah, like 7th. The league is quite mostly competitive.
Brilliant, doing well.
But I just don't. And so was I second in this one, Hamez? Do you remember? It was last year. Oh, actually, I can look.
Yeah, you came second. You
I
crawled
came
to
second
second
after being projected 11th. And now I'm first. Now the team is way different because thanks to Sid. But so yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from Sid. And 1 from JPS. And I played, so apparently I played Dan in the cup coming up as well. But like, I'm not this good at the game. Like I know this. And so I'm just kind of like waiting for reality to set in.
Nah, 2 seasons in a row. That's obviously like outreaching projections isn't. At what point do you say that's not luck? That is.
So I give like 95% of the credit to Sid, not even for these players, but during last season, it was early on. I was really struggling, and he was like, "Hey, try this," and it was like a tactical setup, and my entire team changed. Like the whole thing changed, and I was just like, for people who are like, "I'm not sure tactics matter," like my results were literally night and day, and I was like, "This is wild," and it was Sid would, and I know that you guys figure all this shit out really early, but he was like, I think you want to use your wide mids a little more. And I'm like, are you sure? And it's like, he's like, just try it. And I think the next game I won like 7-0. And my, pinging balls left and right, left back to right mid to left back and I was like, this engine's awesome. And Hamez is like, this is the worst the game has ever been. And I'm like, no, it's great. It's great. And I still feel like, the way that they solved the, cross-field passes is that those are not now directly responsible for goals, but they lead up to them. So it's still like left mid to right mid, but then it's a cut in to a striker. And it's like, see, the goal wasn't just the long ball. And it's like, well, okay, fine. The pass to the assist was the long ball, but whatever. But genuinely, like my teams, I've never had like a true winger in my agency. And so the seasons of 4-3-3 being so dominant were just awful. And I was like, I just didn't enjoy it at all because I would come up against a 4-3-3 anything and I'm like, I'm dead. And I just had like really middling results because I had a ton of wide mids. I play 4 in the back everywhere. And it was just like, I love a 4-1-2-1-2. And I just was like, I was here at the bottom of the pyramid. Like if 4-1-2-1-2 works for Ronan, I will make this work. And I just never could make it work. And then this engine changes and they're like, hey, wide mids and fullbacks work. And I was like, oh, now I'm ready. Here we are.
It's working for you this season. You're flying.
In that league, I am, yeah.
And
most of my teams are set up the same way. I have more success with that team than any others. But like, so I'm in the same league, my Empire FC team, which is supposed to be like my highest team, and it just the ladder it's on is so competitive. But I'm in the same league as the Wendirk MFC, and I lost my first 2 games of the season, and I was like, something is wrong with this team. I don't know what happened, but something is wrong. And I've now won 6 of 7, and I drew the other, and I realized that the 2 losses I had, like my first 2 games of the season, were against first place and second place. And I was just like ready to blow the whole thing up. And I was just like, there's nothing for me to do to blow it up. I'm just like, I'll just keep running it and then everything turned. But it's really, I just faced the 2 best teams in the league to start.
And are you running the same setup every game, or are you changing it at all?
I don't change much. Like I pretty much do like 4-1-2-1-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-1-3-2, like those 3 I pretty much run all the time. I have the best players in my agency are cams, like at each level. And so it's hard for me not to play at some formation without a cam, because I'm just ultimately playing with the formation without my best player. So
4-1-3-2 is when he needs a rest. Got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Nah, cool. That's good. Good to see you doing so well. Are you trying to replicate that across to your other teams now with similar tactics and
pretty much? Yeah. But it just the way that my agency worked for a long time. So I think I played 4 seasons before I bought a player on the secondary market. And so I was just kind of beholden to what I packed. And I had packed one. I must have gotten, because I got a bunch of referral packs and then I bought every pack drop and then rewards. I went 5 seasons and I packed one winger and he was 43 rated. And I was like, I'll just never play wingers. And then I forget what season it was where it felt like there were a lot of people leaving the game. And so people were like, I'll sell for anything. And I was just like, I'm going to be here for a while. I find this game really fun. So I put in some more money, and anyone who was listing players, that it was a bunch of rare players, and I was getting literally like 27-year-old rare players for $12. And I ended up buying, I bought one true winger, and everyone else was like striker winger, cam winger, something like that. And that's when I bought an iron team. It was basically like a iron heist. And I wanted to go back to that. That was the worst experience I've ever had on MFL. It was awful. Like, I was good enough to score, but never good enough to win. And so I finished the season with like 11 goals scored and 348 conceded. But I went into every game like, I know my team can score, and I would just get blasted. And I was like, there is nothing fun about this.
Were we not in the same league that season as well? I think we were.
Yes, we were. You won that league. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably won on aggregate 21-0. And I was just like, I remember that actually, that you were, before the season started, you're like, hey, we're in the same league. And I'm like, which one? I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get destroyed in this one. But basically instead of loaning out my top players, I bought better clubs and tried to fill them like at that time. And so I basically filled them with and made them similar to my other teams, because I like knew, I'm going to say I knew how to play 4-1-2-1-2. I played 4-1-2-1-2 and 4-2-3-1, 4-3-1-2. So I was just like, I'll just keep doing that. And so a lot of my teams are set up for those formations now. And now they came up with the greatest engine ever. And so.
But then you're learning the game and you're doing it the right way. You're asking Sid and Toby and guys like that for advice. So you're learning as you're going. So you will be getting better at the game. So it's not a surprise that you're getting these good results.
Last season was the first time I scouted opponents. Like, I used to just wouldn't ever do it. And then it was like, it was, okay, now I know what formation they're doing. I don't know what that means. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with that information. And Sid was like, well, are they playing wide? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to watch the match. And he was like, this is why the heat maps exist. And I was like, of course. And now I look at heat maps and like see where teams play in possession, out of possession. Do they play wide? And I remember I sent a screenshot to Sid once and I was like, doesn't this look really wide to you? And he's like, yes, that's wide. And I was like, I got it. I'm good now. Okay. But it was, and I don't do it for all of my teams. Like, basically I do it for Empire 9 and Empire FC, my 2 highest ones. But it does feel like grow, like it feels like I've grown with as a manager in the game, which and having the positive results is a way better experience after putting like more work in. But again, like, I look at Diamond, I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
Oh, well, we might see you higher though. Maybe not diamond, but silver, bronze.
So the biggest problem I have is that this Empire 9 team in Iron is quite old. It's not like I'm going to get slaughtered with retirements, hopefully. but like at some point, the gap to like make those guys up is pretty big, and so I don't win enough MFL to replace multiple rares a season. Like I think I win between like 35 and 40,000 MFL, which is like one rare pack, one lower band rare pack. And despite Trust the Process telling me every offseason that uncommon packs are like the worst value, I'm like, well, those are the places I need to fill in my agency. Like I have basically high ice, stone, iron. That's where I have to go. And like, that's where I can't buy into rares. So I need the uncommons. And so if they progress, then they become, so this whole idea that Nep has of like, oh yeah, let me just buy more clubs to get more, because I have all these players to buy more Flint clubs. And I'm like, I should buy like iron clubs and try to get loans in and get MFL that way, because I just need to win way more MFL to maintain it, which is weird because then you would think like just buy more players. Don't waste your money on the clubs, but just buy the players. But it just feels like and unlike Nep, dirty clubs are perfectly clean to me. Once I get them, they're fine. And so I don't have this limitation of shit. If I want a new club, I have to buy a Flint club and somehow get it to silver in 6 straight seasons. And so when like I look at at the club marketplace multiple times a day, and we'll send offers out trying to lowball people on maybe a stone club or an iron club. And there's going to be a point where I get one and I'm going to be like, oh shit, now I really have to fill this and I have to get players and all of this stuff. But it's my results on the higher end of my clubs make me feel like at least I can stay in these leagues now if I get the players. And like that's my own like MFL progression, which has been fun.
Brilliant.
Yeah, right. I mean, that was for a while there.
That's right. I mean, we can do Sid's manager part, and then
this would be cool.
Yeah. And then
all right. So I'm just trying to get to the part where we plug some notes in. All right, so this section where we try to compare an IRL manager to someone in the MFL space based on their approach to the game, the tactics, the market moves, etc. So this week's pick, we got Cesc Fabregas of Como, or in Como, rather. So he's been doing phenomenally well. He's someone who's young, came through the system at Arsenal and Barcelona, been balling in Como, kind of not the typical Serie A style football that you would witness. So he's more bringing those Spanish flair with a lot of technical players at the club. Brought in some shrewd youngsters, have some older players in there to make it work. And I believe they're in a Europe qualification position right now.
They just lost today, though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good in terms of timing. Okay, so... So yeah, he again. I mean, he's someone who's primed for a big career move as well. I think he's been linked with even the likes of Man City. So yeah, that's our IRL manager comparison. So I'll just open it up for you guys. Who do you think compares to Cesc Fabregas and MFL stream?
I will just be upfront and honest and say I don't know nearly enough about any other managers to compare them to any other real life managers.
All right, fair enough.
Toby's progressing up. He's now like he was doing Patron Saints in Iron, and then now he's doing Rambo and Silver. So he's like progressed from Iron to Silver, progressing up. I feel like it could be quite like mirrors sort of Fabregas's one started off lower down and he's working his way up the better teams, stepping stones.
Is our very own Laird not comparable? He's changed his style of football. He's brought some flair into his team using the tactics. He's got some promotions in his clubs.
Punching above the weight as well.
Yeah. Or it is fair to say though that Como have had like insane investment as well, right? Like they've been able to buy some of the best talents. They're going to lose half of them this season, mind you, especially with Paz probably going back to Real Madrid. But yeah, like they are doing great things, but it's amazing what money can buy, right?
But
Disney dollars hit Como.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Toby, because if I bought a club like higher up and filled it, Toby's my first call of running the club. Toby and I talk like all the time. So yeah, although I have given him shit recently about Saints because we can't score.
I've got Toby into GeoGuessr, so you're welcome. Yeah. But,
Right.
Kev, who would you go for?
I think Toby was a good shout. Well, we originally compared Nep, didn't we, to Cesc when we were talking about it earlier, Sid. So, sorry, I've got a very needy cat trying to get my.
So I suppose I did unexpectedly get promoted this season. I could be a Cesc Fabregas. So I'll take the acclaim.
Ex-Arsenal, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, bit of ex-Arsenal.
Arsenal legend.
He is. He's when we were in that era where we had like Henry or like Fabregas and players like that, we were the exact club that had like 8 players on the field that couldn't tie their shoes together, and then like 2 or 3 superstars. And it's like, imagine if we just had a few more superstars. Like, what could we have done as a club? But yeah, it was good times with Fabregas, man. I remember him coming on as a 15-year-old in the Community Shield for his debut and thinking, wow, like you don't see this often. And now you see it a lot, like 15, 16-year-old kids on the field. But back in his era, it was something special to be that young, getting first-team football for a big club. He was awesome.
I think he's still isn't it second in the all-time assists for the Prem as well.
For Arsenal,
behind
yeah.
De Bruyne.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an incredible player.
Yeah, he got some assists for Chelsea as well, but we ignore those ones, don't we? We don't talk about those days.
I always fancied him to become like a Xabi Alonso type manager and just fly. So yeah, not surprised to see him doing well.
Yeah, I could see him managing Arsenal or Barcelona, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
I could see it for sure. Or City, yeah.
Our City, yeah. He's definitely got those Barcelona connections as well. Just wish he didn't leave Arsenal for Barcelona at that time, but
Gonna have to get rid of this cat, guys. Sorry.
I'm going to have to go anyway. My dinner's
So we can
here,
pretty much round it up. If there's anything like you normally have as like a ending speech, subscribe to Patreons.
Me?
Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Do you know where you're going to be next week? Meaning this show?
Nope.
Oh,
No, we don't.
Potentially David, if he's around, because I've tried to arrange it with the Yorkshire Tea Boys, but Root doesn't like replying like any time I'm around. So it's a long
thing. Yeah.
Nep needs to host us sometime as well, eh? That'd be good if you're up for that.
I could host, yeah.
there we go.
Not next week, mind you, but I'd have to pencil it in.
We're just homeless podcast scroungers at this point. So
Well, gentlemen,
and then
sorry.
and then the GeoGuessr competition will come out in a couple hours, and I might do it on Nep, so get your Nep knowledge going.
There we go.
Cool.
There we go.
How about that?
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate the invite, even though you're at my house. But either one, it was a pleasure to chat. And for anybody who is watching this now on my channel, haven't seen, there are previous episodes over on the Ramble channel, Amreezy's and Wendirk. And so, and there are also some more faces that pop up as well. So check those out. Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming. Good to see you all. Hamez, enjoy is it Saturday now? Enjoy your Saturday.
Yep.
You got a whole day ahead of you. Conquer the world. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Make sure you get outside and enjoy the song that's going to play again.
Yo. Hell yeah, man. Yo. Yo, welcome to the talk, it's the MFL vibe. James on the mic, come along for the ride. We breaking it down, every match, every play. Strategies unfold as we flow today. Got Kevin Bryant in the cut, bringing heat. Tactical insight, yeah, they can't be beat. Analyzing formation, schemes on the board. Every goal scored, it's like a tactical sword. MFL, we're ready for war. Trophies on the table, always wanting more. Bob and Sid got that silverware shine. While we discuss, the squad's ready to climb. This week we're joined by Mr. Laird. Competitive spirit, man, he's fully prepared. And don't forget NepentheZ, the GOAT, you know. In the FIFA scene, he's stealing the show. In the studio's heat, it's the ultimate clash. Analyzing every moment with style and panache. James keeps it lively, bringing the hype with Kevin Bryant. Finessing it tight, we dive into strategies, depth charts and plays. Every discussion leaving you amazed. Information dropping like it's hot off the grill. MFL talk, got that adrenaline thrill. MFL, we're ready for war. Trophies on the table, always wanting more. Bob and Sid got that silverware shine. While we discuss, the squad's ready to climb. This week we're joined by Mr. Laird. Competitive spirit, man, he's fully prepared. And don't forget NepentheZ, the GOAT, you know. In the FIFA scene, he's stealing the show. So strap in tight, it's a wild ride. MFL's the name, we bring the pride. From tactics to talent, we cover it all. With insights and analysis, we stand tall. Watch us break down every goal, every save. Insightful commentary that'll make you rave. So tune in, sit back and enjoy the scene. This talk show's lit, know what I mean? So follow along as we take you through MFL talk, bringing something brand new. With James, Kev, Brian, Bob and Sid. Get ready to clash that competitive bid. Every week we're here, don't miss the flow. MFL's the one we ready to show. Yo.